Еще дополнительно. А что-то по 2 раза, что ли? Ой, этот рутиничат, конечно. Подожди, а как это выбирать или что? Индивидуальный навык. Другие нельзя. Ну, отчитать. Восприятие, конечно. Плавать это интересно. Блин, почему нельзя хотя бы 2 взять? Я даже не знаю, что брать-то. Комп, по идее. Ну, ладно, проверим, как это работает. Здесь, прям, скажем так, выкатывают, а как бы... Какое-нибудь обучение, как это работает, конечно же, нет. Или можно как поменять потом. А я слишком громко, мне кажется.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt ever. Never, ever. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it. You got it, sweet brother. Nothing upon nothing upon nothing. Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage. All right, nothing down to fuck all borough. Not you. Your days of giving a shit and being that type of animal are over. The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meat around you. Like a fly to the
Можно просто
ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music. The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache. A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open.
Somehow, you know what it is. A caprice Canadian motor carriage.
Ну. О! Кубрик, да, сука? Так, ну попить есть. О, брат, 1000 лет будем сходить, да?
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside. A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent. More likely a projectile
Это,
than a
конечно,
Hellbolt.
бухач тут был.
There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet too
А мне
small for
интересно,
a
кстати,
piece of
сколько людей
furniture.
принимали
You're looking for
озвучание?
something heavy and larger than your fist.
Неужели они это автотюн такой крутой? Жесткий голос бас. Интересно.
Like the green shoe that's on
Мне
the
кажется, они
hat on the
подсмотрели
corner,
идею,
which,
как в этом
coincidentally, is missing its friend.
Бастион. А может, нет, не кажется, тут. Вот у Бастиона был прикольный голос, ну такой немножко мягкий, а здесь прям
Congratulations. You
выкрутили
smashed
голос.
the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room. The cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold.
Бесит. Я даже не заметил,
This
что здесь
fan
это
has
есть.
two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade.
Как-то
What you have in
мне
your hand
не
is a
верится,
truly
на самом
hideous
деле,
tie
что
with 4 or 5
так
different
легко с
patterns.
этими шансами.
The knot reminds you of a noose. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically. The lights are off. The blades come squeaking to a halt.
Так, что здесь? А здесь есть такие вещи, как только наклейкой.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium key ring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it.
Тут. Что это? Дверь? Как может быть дверь? Падни. Еще одна. Это же одна комната. Вот это и все. Левая туфля. Уже пошел нормально. Реальный ноль. 48 рублей. Копеек тысяч.
Hello, officer.
О, моя вайфу.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
Да понятно, что это, блядь, ну, как... Где третий вариант?
No.
Да, ну диалог, конечно.
The young woman shakes her head slowly.
Я не знаю, это какие-то
No.
странные
You're a
дела.
police officer.
А это
sir.
понятно, что она, типа, ну, как вы поняли, да? Ну, как бы поняли, да, что он... Я просто не могу объяснить, но вы поняли. Реально поняли.
I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well rehearsed lies all this time. You've been here for 3 days on official police business.
Ну, мне
no
нравится...
less.
Мне кажется, графику можно улучшить, мне кажется.
Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Хочешь физить. Надо переигрывать, походу. Надо внушение. Это. Внушение 1. А подожди, а как... А что надо было вкачивать, чтобы было внушение? А, и надо перк был брать, да? Интересная игра какой? Если я увидел бы, сказал, что здесь нет этого. Ну давайте как бы попробуем. Вряд ли
The
проиграю.
words have already left your mouth.
What was that? That's not even how words are used. What did you say? Come on, say it again. No, you see, that's not what you said. You said.
Нормально.
Come on, man. Freddie, please. One more time.
Ну, давай.
Goddamn right you did. You crazy asshole, you. What kind of cop are you?
Я кот апокалипсиса.
Has the time come already? Mere minutes. I should go and prepare then. Thank you. This has been delightful. I hope it does all come. It's gonna suck for you later when you have to interrogate me.
Эх, да. Да, я согласен, надо переигрывать. Ну что ж такое-то,
And for
блин?
the record, no. I
Это,
didn't do
я
it.
считаю это каловой массой. Все, я недоволен. Надо его хотя бы понюхать ее сигареточку. Еще бы это, еще этот, как бы, губами слезать, как она. Фильтр. Мы вот за такого копа играем. Так. Да, Мне кажется, это просто так, вот эти записки. А, сейчас еще раз постучимся, как бы. У
The
нас...
door is closed.
А почему мне подсмотреть вот сюда? Вот?
There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on somewhere inside.
О! А, все, да. Мы, походу, не за копа играем, за какого-то извращенца.
A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
Так, зачем? Ну это же одно и то же, по идее. Из них какая-то, из них, скорее всего, какая-то успех. Я не знаю. Это.
The door is mute and indifferent. Your despair is a joke to it.
Ну, ладно. Ага. Так, ну,
Still no answer. This door can only be opened with a key or from. Still nothing. Still nothing. Still nothing.
и сейчас просто такой.
Still
Ю.
nothing. This door.
Ус. Блять, надо сват вызывать. Что это такое? А. Это что?
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it. The living shit. Your mesolimbic reward pathway. Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy. How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that, a carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied. Then smoke them. Good. They'll make you stronger and
А это
better.
кто? Подожди, а это кто
You're
со
too
мной
old to be
вообще
cool,
разговаривает?
But fine cigarettes.
Вот
Smoke
это
them.
что? Это
Black.
типа... По
Instantly
мне,
a
короче,
cool
какие-то демоны, я
renegade
так
man.
понял.
A mystical red dragon with smoke rising from his
Было бы круто,
nostrils.
конечно, если в моей голове вот какая-то электрохимия еще разговаривала. Было бы прикольно мне.
Plus, smoking them gives massive bonuses.
Вот надо было, скорее всего, или нет, кликнуть сначала на сигаретку, на вот эту электрохимию, а потом к ней подойти, попросить сигаретку. Кажется, так бы мы разыграли бы секс какой-нибудь. Тут... Понял. А вот это почему-то активное.
A mirror hang hot waters. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of as you slowly abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Behold.
А! Вот. Нормально.
You have no
Равчик.
idea who this thing is, do you? It appears you're also dead. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Or wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
Так.
Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face, and now it won't come. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? You should check yourself for a pulse, superstar. From here it looks like a cadaverous spasm. You find no sign of life on your swollen neck.
За то, что посмотрел
putting your hand
на
on your
себе
chest
5000
revealed an irregular
5
heartbeat.
опыта.
You
Охренеть.
appear
Вот
to
так
be
всегда.
alive for now.
Низкий шанс. Низкий.
Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now. It's too late. Like an image on film.
Интересно, а здесь как бы
The
открытый мир? Можно ли сюда вернуться, когда мы...
belongs to your primary
Ah,
motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing
Зря я,
it.
значит, это все тыкал. Надо прокачать. Я поклю. Так. Уровни. А это можно открыть? А сколько у нас очков? Я нихуя, я слеп. Да? Так, нам нужно... О. Достаточно очков. Или только одну можно? Да, взлом. Да пофиг. Понимаешь, это не должно быть так, что типа я выбрал useless, например, какой-нибудь перк, и я не смогу пройти. Пофиг. Мы играем с детектива, значит надо взламывать. Легально. Я не понимаю, как прокачивать. Мне дали очки опыта 5 штук. Но я нихуя этого не... Ну ладно, похер. Потом. Разберемся. Теперь-то закрыть. А с той стороны можно? Да ладно, блядь. Ну, играем как бы, знаешь, как вот душа мне легла, так играем, пофиг. Не надо что там трайхардить, что-то. Надо, знаешь, как бы пытаться. Как-то выкрутить. Как бы вообще можно было сказать, просто не знаю. Да, скачай 4 и прокачай все перки.
You should totally sing karaoke.
Блять, все
The
это
first
время
chance you
тоже
get.
моб как раз.
Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast oceanic soul. Utterly. And it needs through a PA system. By other people. You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You will wreak havoc with it. Don't worry. No. Don't sing the happy song. It's stupid. Sing the sad song. It's profound. You have to find something tragic to sing first, though. Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely.
Бля, я, короче, проскал, скажем так, какие-то приколы. Я не знаю.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird as a competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. This is the Great Skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you are in right now.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
Блядь, какие диалоги иногда, блядь. Просил про птицу, а он меня посылает, блядь.
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird. A competent looks like the bird. This is the great skua.
Look, your buddy. Why don't you go and talk to him?
He pretends not to hear. A competent
Проверили,
looks
короче,
like
все
this is the
варианты.
great skua.
Look, your. Why don't you go and talk to him?
Понял.
He pretends not to hear.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager. That period of my life is over. Not everyone who stands behind a counter is a bartender, okay? I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in. She just, you know.
Так, идь.
His eyes dart from left to right. This man isn't lying, but he is hiding something.
So now you're a cop. Oh, forget it.
Интересно, а если бы не сказал, что я коп, а этого диалога не было бы? Интересно. Окей, похуй. Мне кажется, сначала, мне кажется, надо... Сначала все посмотреть, потом уже говорить. Да, вот это, скорее всего, что-то типа такого. Решили всех нормально этим.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already? Attaboy. It's coming back to him. You had your mesolimbic reward pathway worried there, not thinking about drinking all that time. It was like you weren't yourself. Forget about the bar. Or don't forget about it. You should totally try to get a drink there too.
Понял.
But first, you should lick that stain off the counter. Yeah, man. Let's get wild. You press your tongue against the counter. The stain is crusted at first, but after a couple of licks... it
Жалко,
starts
что
to
это
melt
аниматка
like a
нет. Я бы на анимацию
If
вообще как-то
snowflakes were
рассчитывал,
made of
как бы, а не на
spiced black
текстовое
rum.
обсуждение.
Maybe it's your imagination, but there's already some lemonade in it too, and some human hairs. It would go well with those cigarettes. That's a great combination.
Понял. Опьянение.
A colorful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. Makes your fingers itch. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
Блядь, из скиллчеков просто пиздец, блядь, на каждый сантиметр скиллчек кого-нибудь. Интересно. А вот, скажем так, как называется это? Новая игра плюс, если тут есть. Можно реально все скилл-чеки пройти, посмотреть, что вообще.
It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John. You fumble with the spring-loaded gate of the carabiner.
72%, блядь.
The dangling items refuse to come loose. They just jingle in an ever louder manner.
Какая-то каловая масса. Бля, я что, XCOM играю, что ли, какой-то? Ну,
Like
бывает не
fucking sleigh
такие.
bells. What are you doing? You're gonna get caught.
Stop finger fucking him, officer! I'm responsible for these oafs and their stuff. Even Sleepy there. Yeah, sure. I don't care. Just don't finger bang his stuff, okay?
The man does not mind. You probably need them more.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of
Ну,
the
вряд ли
screen above your
надо, скажем
character
так,
portrait.
рисковать.
Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage.
Что будет? Типа, у меня же все нормально. А?
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
Какой душнило, мне кажется.
You realize he's waiting for your name. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your
Конечно,
name
что
should be
сыграл.
deep gold and orange, like a forest fire.
Ну, это
on the
музыка,
horizon,
знаешь, наша
but
похожа
mixed with the
на
stench of liquor rising from your breath.
типа такой
You're
мотив,
two steps
такая
closer to
типа
it, but
мелодичная,
there are
какая-то
still
вот
many to go.
Life is Strange. Я Life is Strange, конечно, не играл, но я смотрел стримы. Там, походу, вот типа такая музыка, какая-то лолифай, или как там называется это? Не знаю, жанры вообще.
Okay then.
Вот жанр, я бы сказал, жанр это как.
It looks like we had a little
Таких
scheduling error on Sunday.
песен
Saturday too.
я не
actually.
слушаю.
Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
Ну, если она будет постоянно, мне скажем, если постоянно будет играть, она как бы в любой момент понравится. Не говорю, что это кал. Такая нормальная.
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
Блять, такие, блять, конечно, ответы, бля, я хуй пойму. Что отвечать-то даже?
No, I don't think so. We should ask him for a rundown of the area, now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Просто я играю игры, которые типа, она же игру года какую-то получила, типа такого чего-то там. Как бы я по скидке купил и все, вот как бы я сижу, оцениваю игры. Потому что как бы на хайпе, как бы все пройдут, как бы и все. Я такие, типа, смотрю игры, которые уже прошли, все забыли.
At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface.
Это
Prepare the
просто
field, get to know the players. You don't do that?
обычный
Maybe it's not
просто
an inter-district practice.
ответ на вопросы. Никак не влияющий на сознание будем.
Right. And the interviews? Good. But even if you haven't, we
Как
have time for it,
всяких
so we
там
take a look
визуальных
at the
новеллах
common
тоже
space.
сначала там спрашиваешь, question, там чуть-чуть. Всё. потом заканчивать. Это
Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Кто это вообще такой? Кто это такой? Я жетоны не знаю его, я не знаю, кто это.
Does that mean the body is no longer in the tree?
Что не так?
Mm-hmm. Sure. But did you take it down from the tree? So the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the citizens' militia on your sleeve and on your back. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General.
Inspectorate General means internal affairs. What he's saying is he's not from the rat squad and isn't supposed to suspect such things.
Yes, but I'm not them. I'm from criminal investigation. Yes. They're not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West.
Опа. Так.
I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job. You mean you don't have a badge?
Так.
Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down should still take precedence. We all feel that way sometimes. There is no such thing as a police officer, I'm afraid. What remains is that there is a dead body in the tree. Someone has to figure out who put it there. If we don't, no one else will.
And then, soon after, dead bodies
Везде
would be
успех,
dangling
успех,
from all
а
of the trees.
опыта не дают. Как бы.
But first, we have to take it down. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern. Talk to the manager. Then we go out back and take the body down. After you, officer.
Понял.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever.
А может как бы он уравнять
is in a
шансы?
deep slumber.
No idea. Looks like he works for Wild Pines, the logistics company who owns and operates the
Надо было
harbor.
с ним, значит, воровать, мне кажется.
Possibly because there's a strike going on in the harbor.
Да, нет,
There's not
грубое
much to
сердце
do
все равно
besides
не
food
выросло
drinking.
никак. Увы. Аловая масса.
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
You're a handsome man, officer,
Almost.
with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your
Понял,
chin.
вот с этой точно не повезет.
But dear, you're not for me. I'm too old and too married besides. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself.
По лбу.
I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Так.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad. Oh my. You know where we are, right? Now. We are live in a hostel called the Whirling in Rags, and the Whirling itself is in the city of Revachol. How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone
Здесь
says
еще и
so.
время, что ли, идет? Ё-моё!
Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days. Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes? Perhaps, dear, perhaps. But for now, it's just the spring of 51.
The lieutenant studies you, rubbing his chin. I'm beginning to suspect that you might indeed be completely adrift in this reality, thinks the lieutenant. How can it be that bad? Never mind. We're in this now.
I can tell that this is taxing for
Действительно,
you, so
да.
I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government? Oh, no. Nothing like that, dear. Revachol is a zone of control
И
led
даже
by
не
an
было
alliance
такого
of foreign
матриархата,
powers
походу. Или
called
я
the
что-то не
Coalition.
прочитал.
We have almost no government of our own, and certainly no matriarchy.
She's trying to avoid the foreigner's part. This is because she's a woman. She may be lying to you.
It is quite disappointing, yes. A lot of people would like some form of representation. There's talk, but for now,
Ну
the
слава
RCM
богу,
is
это
all
им
we've
все равно
got.
не исключающийся диалог.
Oh dear, this is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to
Ну, я
anyone.
думаю, если я что-то расследую, я же могу им скорее всего вопрос.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago. It has something to do with everything. I really don't know how to explain it better. You didn't do too well, dear. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality, in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs, and while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much. A defeat, I'm afraid. Of course, sweetie, I really don't know how to explain it better. Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated.
Ну, это какие-то...
Though I
Айда
don't know where you would
покатаемся,
find a
а
wealthy
вы...
person in Martinez.
Что за тупые диалоги?
Yes, dear. I'm a paraplegic.
A paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability to use the lower half of their body. Paraplegia is caused by spinal cord injuries, like falling from a great
Можно
height,
сказать то, что...
or a grenade explosion.
Продолжим.
No, dear. I'm not quite that old, although I was injured in the line of duty. Nothing so glamorous, dear. Though when I was young, I dreamt of planting the Revacholian flag on some figurative peak. I was a training and development manager at a rapidly expanding mail-order shoe company. You'd think it would be a safe job, but I had to be everywhere, and, well, once I happened to be under some false...
Печально, что в диалогах идет время. Это надо еще, значит, еще успевать отвечать, все, и
I
думаю
was
быстрее.
lucky. This was almost 20 years ago, and I was compensated exceptionally well. One can only dream of such payoffs nowadays. No, dear. I'm not quite that. Nothing so extravagant, dear. Though what young girl doesn't dream of soaring over a crowd? I was a training and you'd think it would... I was lucky. This was almost 20 years ago, and I was compensated. No, dear. Oh my. What happened? That's how I feel about the accident. I was a training and development manager at a rapidly expand. You'd think it would be a safe job. I was lucky. No, dear. I'm not. Oh my. That's how I feel about the accident. You'd think I was lucky. That's quite all right. I'm used to people asking questions. I know they're thinking about it anyway. Whatever do you mean? Oh, no. I haven't smoked in years.
She shakes her head slowly. Wait, maybe she knows where you can get cigarettes. Delicious toasted cigarettes stuffed to the tip with love.
Как можно не укурящий человек найти сигарет? Хотя если у нас жена, может, может курить.
You would do well to follow her example. Smoking is the reason you feel like a rag. It's painful for you to even ask these questions.
You should really ask someone younger and more mobile, sweetie.
Блять, а почему она знает тогда, блядь?
I'm glad you think so, but I still don't know where you can get cigarettes. Whatever do you mean? Sequence killers? Oh my. But I think you already have a partner.
Блять, а если мы не с ним вообще?
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree. I can assure you with absolute certainty, there are no sequence killings taking place in Martinez.
Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie. Thank you, but Martinez isn't the most wheelchair-accessible place, you see.
Понял.
I'd
Хочешь
slow you
помогать,
down.
так скажи просто.
Perhaps another time. Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned
Yes.
fox. But surely things can't be
2
that
часа на
bad.
одном месте.
You know where we are, right? That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself located? Yes, indeed. Yes, and Revachol? How would I even? I haven't seen very many. Speaking of history, that's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be
Пиздец!
rewarded.
Пиздец! Оказывается... блядь. Реально надо еще
Her
брать.
relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there. But now,
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll
Пиздец.
just ask one more question.
Это я отвечу.
What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
Ну, здесь нет правильного ответа, походу. Здесь... Блин. Здесь вот это, да? Ну да.
Precisely, sweetie. Revachol is what's called a zone of control, led by an... It is... Oh dear, but we should...
she's scared now. She's realized
Someone more...
No,
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich? Yes, dear.
a paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability.
No problem. Whatever do you mean? Ah, yes. Probably roll with me, but
Все,
of course, dear.
все. А ебать, что, блин. Так. Я не хотел.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41.
No, you cannot.
Officer, I was thinking more along the lines of your name.
Fantastic. That's wonderful, really. I think so. But there's a dead body out back. No one wants to
Странно,
work in these
почему, типа,
conditions. It's been a week.
труп, как бы, ну, как бы, мы только вдвоем почему. Хотя должны...
Sir, I understand your
Почему тут
concern,
детектив только?
but we are here
на
to do a
труп?
job. And for us to do it, I need you to stay calm.
Оцепить на оцеплено должно быть.
Yes,
Мы не
of
судебные
course.
эксперты, как бы. Что-то там, блядь. Там же должны прийти кичили, там пофоткались.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the
А мы
scene,
как бы
but
сложить
it also
пазл.
took you a while to call us. It was you who placed the call, correct?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective,
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions.
I have everything. You?
Yes, he means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would?
He thinks you're stupid, sire.
Haven't you asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She has nothing to do with this. Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that.
Thank you.
Дело раскрыто. Не пошло, да? А как это дело?
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching. Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing.
Блядь, получается, надо все прокликивать.
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job. What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him. Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through. Haven't you asked me that already? Okay.
Thank you.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
As you blow this joint, behind you, a whiny voice shouts,
Real mature, man. Real mature. Real mature, man. What exactly...
Damn, your feet thought we got away.
What are you, brain damaged? Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent blend and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really. For survival, to pay me. Unless you want to become a hobo. Do you want to become a hobo? There's nowhere else to stay in Martinez, and it's a cold spring outside. Money doesn't make you happy, but it lets you be unhappy for a bit longer. If you run out of money, you die. Are you serious? From your work? I don't know. You can take bribes, I guess. I'm sorry. I don't think cops take bribes.
О, это банчик ему
Some do
всё.
take recompense, but only to survive.
Подожди, вот подложить. А можно... А у меня ничего нету. Блядь, ну сколько я там копеек-то нашел? Блядь, 100.
Yes, it is. No, you see...
The
Бля, я
cafeteria
не то
manager
нажал.
stands silently, looking at the coins on the counter. Isn't it evil? The order of magnitude between what is asked of a person and what they have.
It does, doesn't it?
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber.
You know what? The stupid drinks you've had are on the house. You know why? Because I know you can't pay for them. Not because you ran away. Now, I still have to charge you for 3 nights and the broken window. That's 100 square. Not entirely cool. You still owe me 100 real. If you don't have it by tonight, I can't let you back up there. Now, what the hell did you want? I assume you wanted something to come back here. What thing? Yes, not the whole damn union.
Реально,
thank
блядь,
God.
сидеть и болтать
Just
вообще
the
долго.
nastiest and
Вообще, да,
loudest
тут есть вообще
faction.
геймплей какой-нибудь?
They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info. We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow.
There are these things called days. You sleep between them. He's saying they'll come after you've slept.
What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business. He wasn't pan-fried, he was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with... Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that.
О,
if you
как?
must. What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Absolutely out of the question.
absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger, then we sing this place to shit. Your body is ready, sire.
Another thing. Great. Yes? Do I have a shaker in my hand? Is this a shaker?
It's not a shaker. It's nothing. He's holding nothing. It is but an imitation.
Am I wearing a little bow tie? Am I wearing a bow tie and doing this? Am I smiling? Do you see me smiling and shaking my little shaker? No. Do you know why? That's right. I'm the cafeteria manager. I'm glad we cleared it. Is there anything
Ноль
else?
опыта?
Play it calm. This man needs to understand you need a drink to help the community deal with police stuff.
Oh, well, in that case, let me pour you a nice, big, refreshing marinella. Do you want that out of a glass or a pineapple? Don't be an imbecile. I'm not going to serve you a marinella. I have work to do and broken things to fix. If that was all, I'd like to return to it.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. You don't really know, do you? South, maybe. Doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
А чё это? Ну, типа, я что? Активный перк? Не пойми. Кстати, мне надо еще второй ботинок найти.
The door is closed. Still, the lieutenant gives you a quick glance. This door can only... Still, the lieutenant gives you...
А мог бы взломать бы хотя бы, я не знаю. А, здесь, оказывается, еще и был балкон. Кажется, тут... А как... Подождите, ботинок ударился и отрикошетил сюда? Ну, какой-то фейк.
There they both are. 2 identical shoes. Both copiously green and like 2 baby crocodiles. It's pretty clear a normal cop is not what you are. Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
Окей, окей. Так, давай побазарим с ним.
Yes? What do you want to know? Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit. Do you want me to brief you? 3 days ago, The RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. A security
Надеюсь,
guard
можно
or
так,
worker
то и
of some
то.
sort hired
Да.
by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth. They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex.
Вот что-то это даже охота на самом деле посмотреть True Detective, второй сезон, и третий или четвертый. Я только первый смотрел. Мне всё понравился, второй какой-то. Тут взял. Ну, надо посмотреть, значит, детективного.
There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city.
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the police force you and him are part of. A self-organized peace corps of the occupied city of Revachol.
That's right. You mean like a brief? Do you want me to brief you again? There's no reason to. 3 days ago, the RCM emergency. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did. Okay then. Was there anything else you wanted to? No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together.
Да, читать.
I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that. I can assure nothing like that will happen. Do you know why not? Because it's not part of reality.
So desperately mundane. You need to funk this case up. There's something the lieutenant isn't seeing. The universe is too irrational, too morally complex. You should convince him.
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a
Нет, скорее нет.
Песня,
Включающий
competition.
был.
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim. Later. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? Good.
Only banal things
Если
strike you.
нет, блядь.
One you should be ashamed of.
Бля.
It's no wonder the soft one doesn't want it back. It was right to abandon you.
What do you want to know? Good.
No response. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
Not a fan. It's just the nature of lieutenancy.
The RCM deploys a self-styled structure called the Decomptage as its chain of command. Every lieutenant is responsible for 2
Сколько же чел на
sergeants
самом деле
and 8
озвучил?
officers. That
Пиздец,
means
тут, блядь,
the average
диалогов
lieutenant
миллиард,
has to deal
блядь.
with
И
quite a
сколько реально
few
здесь?
personal
На 10 списков
affairs.
вообще диалогов
Even you
прописано?
know this.
Try work, the case at hand. It can work miracles. Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation. Really? You look fine to me. This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer.
Clearly, he prefers to think you're malingering. He cannot fathom that anyone could drink so much as to retroactively
Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's Lazareth. Was there anything else you wanted? Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know? That's correct.
Ага.
You feel a slight urge to put the
Легендарная
lieutenant down for
неудача.
this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
Are they? They are mostly just cumbersome.
You could use a good, normal
Неудача
day
пошла.
yourself.
Да ёбаный ротик.
That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic. It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting.
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolary state west of the Insulindian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting.
You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. No.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing them.
Something the matter, detective?
What's going on? It's like you're a puppet in his hands.
Блин, не парит, не парит.
The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
What? Think? I do most of my work inside my notebook.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few. We all have our different mediums. His is written. You're super lucid, yet psychedelic. You don't need office supplies to...
Good. Let's change the subject. Excuse me? Detective, if I may be frank, you seem to be in a deranged state. You have trouble remembering things. You've misplaced your badge. I cannot let you act in the name of the RCM with... That's good. Some you time? This is a police investigation, not a journey of self-discovery. You'll still have your evenings to yourself. Please do. We wouldn't want your regiment to
Пизду.
spill over into the
Понял
investigation.
тебя.
The lieutenant is pretty sure self-care is just a euphemism for nihilistic binge drinking. Is it not?
Это важно знать.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of... The man is finding it hard not to trip on where unidentifiable sludge makes it hard for him to breathe. Smells of vomit in here.
I can see that.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
А я тут буду жить, я понял. Дырявый хуй.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face.
Танка нет. Тоже иногда он тупит. Это... А.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? Of course. What can I help you with? Me? I am just a gardener. I am working. I have a greenhouse in the yard there. I've been trying to get some work done. Well, as you probably know, there's a corpse hanging from a tree there.
Понял, понял.
It smells pretty bad, so I have to take breaks.
Don't worry, miss. We are here to clean it up. You can get to work soon.
Thank you. Excuse me? Oh, well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here. I don't know anything about that either. As I said,
Pig is a widely used term for members of the police. It's not loving.
No need to worry. We are not saying you did.
Okay. Well, I didn't. Since the street sign's messed up. It's there. In the yard, right? What do you mean? Yes, sir. District of Martinez. This...
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really. The harbor gates. Some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. A fleet store, too. Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident, probably. Just coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. But that got closed down ages ago. It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay, but they're no problem. Of course. I won't hold you back.
If there's a corpse, then you're going to need those gloves for the autopsy.
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
Как одеть-то? А. Техника. Это интересная тачка.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. The Caprice Kinema. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheat. A metallic drawer slides out.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protecting.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work.
Можно все взять?
The handles are long and you can do good work. The pry bar feels useful for opening all sorts of... It's robust, lets you see things in the dark you would other... The pull-out toolbox slides back. The frequency tableau lights up, and the green button labeled the soft purr of it.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Under the green prime line, a yellow saved button catches your eye. You wonder what the lieutenant's default radio station is.
Of course. What is the number, officer?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
Блядь, только не запоминать, пожалуйста.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to tap a little rhythm with his right foot.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello? Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
There is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask her out.
Опа!
No question.
Да.
No, absolutely not. You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir.
Why not?
Let's just say I left because I needed to get away from someone. You know whom? What? No, why would you even think that? Please, don't bring Gar into this. It's none of your business. I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything up again. You mean, why did I...
Why not?
What? No, why would you even think that? Please, don't bring... I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything. You mean, why...
Why not?
What? No, what? Please, don't bring Gar in. I already said I... No, not me. No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to
Ну,
have the
кстати, она
cables put
очень
in again.
тихо говорит.
They use the Union's phone, or the one on the coast.
So the Union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast. Got it.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the Union already knew about the corpse. No one calls the police. The Union would get angry. You know, what the Union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez is de facto policed by the Dock Workers Union.
I didn't want to get in trouble with the others.
Push her further. Show her the error of her ways.
other people who lived around here. Local people. I didn't want trouble. You don't live here. You don't understand. Squealing is frowned upon here. Everything is dealt with, well, by the Union, internally. Please, I just didn't want any trouble. I didn't know I had to report it. I thought someone would take him down eventually. Yes, I know. It's just... Yeah, go on. I do hope so. Please, don't call me again.
Блять, забрал, сука!
No, she
Сука,
doesn't
не
have a problem
получилось.
with you. It must be someone else she's angry about. Some other guy. Like Gart. You know women and their constant problems. Yeah, that's where you step in. You're Lieutenant Love, matchmaker extraordinaire. Help the poor girl out, lest she turns into a spinster. Oh yeah, my point exactly. You know how they are. Transactional and hysteric. Loony broads. You know what you've got to do. First, you've got to calm her down. Think you can do that, Lieutenant Love?
No. What?
Что происходит? Я не понимаю, что это, блядь? Ох, вот это.
Oh God. Please, just stay out of my life.
What? What is it?
Call was terminated by the other party. Anything else, officer?
It's on. The love quest is on. Too late, everyone. It's on.
Just a second. Sylvie Man. Yes. Hello? Oh, great.
You hear the...
Anything else I can help you with, officer? It will take just a moment.
Her voices fade out.
Gottlieb, what do you want?
He's carelessly chewing on a piece of hard candy.
Oh, it's you. Yes, there's no end to the misfortunes fate has seen fit to rain upon me. Who? You are? You lost your human visage a while back. Now let's get on with it. I've got more important things to do. And you survived it. Congratulations. Are you mobile? Even better. Anything else? I wouldn't worry about that. Officers your age have coronary trouble all the time. Also, death is a natural part of life. With all the damage you've been dealing yourself with drugs and alcohol, I'm not surprised. What else? I'm not a brain doctor. Look on the bright side. You've got a whole new life now. Use it wisely.
It's hard to say if he doesn't believe you or doesn't care.
What? You want me to do blood work for you again? Tell you just how bad things really are across the board? You want another rundown of everything collapsing inside your body? You want the real, honest-to-God truth? Stop drinking, eat magnesium and vitamin D. Our station is not our... And no, I don't want to hear a political commentary on the topic. In fact, I got work to...
It's not fucking cryoacrylate. It's superglue.
Cyanoacrylate is superglue.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
Вау! Наконец-то очко опыта есть. Да-да, да-да.
Just a second, officer.
10-2, 10-5. This is for...
The man uses relay code. You've got this. You're a cop. And cop...
10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your status? Over. 10-18, state your message, sir. 10-4, I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request.
Блять, я... Сообщать, не сообщить или найти, попробовать, потом сообщить.
Is it him? What does he want?
He says he needs money.
Money.
Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all.
Сука, блядь, тварь.
Right. That's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over. He says he's in trouble, doesn't have a place to sleep.
Well, I guess he'd better crack the case before sundown then.
Vigmar said... He says it's important to the...
He isn't getting...
Request
Voilà,
tonight, sir.
notre...
Over. This...
What is he saying?
Did you want anything else, sir? Many of your colleagues are also here. Over.
He's trying to keep you from further embarrassing yourself in front of your colleagues.
He terminated the connection. I guess he was in a hurry.
Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. You're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right? He watches you melt down stoically. Nothing you can say would make... Cop gives up the detective genre for social realism. Another police...
Сука. Бля. Заново, бля. Бля. Пиздец. Надо сохраняться, блядь.
Kim also... The man is... Where unidentifiable sludge makes it hard for him to breathe. He nods.
No problem, officer.
Бля, сохраняться на каждую секунду, блядь. Диалоговать просто ёбнешься. Пиздец, приехали, блядь. Найс. Так, а давайте охранение. А я не вижу. Нет такого, что ли, сохранение через какое-то время? Хотелось бы. Хотелось бы.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? Of course. What can I help you with? Excuse me? Oh, well, I didn't write it there. I don't know.
Pig.
No need to worry.
Okay. Well, I didn't. Me? I am just a gardener. I am working. I have a. Well.
Don't worry.
Mhm. Since the street sign's messed up, it's there. What do you mean? Yes, sir.
He knows where we are.
Как
What do you
получить
mean?
этот...
We're in Martinet. There's the pier, the harbor gate, some shop, just coast. It's just water. No problem. Me? I am pleased to meet you too, officer. Since the street signs messed
А
no
как?
problem. Of course.
If there's a corpse, then you're going to need those gloves for the autopsy.
Sure.
А,
Keep them.
а уже открыта дверь. Ха.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
This Post Lavantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer. There is a hollow, saddened ring as you kick the Lavantorie mail collection box. Your toe has suffered damage.
Бля.
It hurts.
Cool. You really showed that mail collection.
He does not actually think it's cool. If anything, the lieutenant feels sorry for the poor box. He's leaning in to inspect the layers of graffito that
I don't. Let's go.
Чё, блядь?
The mail collection box has no. An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. This button looks new.
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
An off-key melody starts playing after you ring the doorbell.
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games. Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were... But the doorbell is broken, and the bookstore shouldn't even be on the list anymore, so I can't help you. Please don't call here again.
4 часа вот играть, ёбнешься, блядь.
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead. You ring the doorbell, but what an ominous name for a hair salon. All you hear is static, but no one answers the call. You ring the doorbell. You wait for it. Looks like someone has. You hear static from the.
Yes.
She
Yes.
sounds almost antique, as if her voice was being played off an old wax cylinder. A receiver must not be working properly. The lieutenant exchanges a look with you. It's a woman, and she knows you. Who cares that you don't remember her? Just go along with it.
Michelle, just please. Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care.
A spot of static overrides her words. When she speaks again, it's
So nice. It's so nice to be able to finally forget.
She sounds like she's about to cry. She doesn't answer. Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on the bay. Another seagull.
I don't know what happened either. We should probably stop playing with this thing.
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 name cards on the call box read. No, hold on. Silence. Silence. Nothing happens after you ring the silence. No.
Надо, короче, после каждого диалога гоняться. И если что-то пиздец, ты постоянно не слушай.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open. Are you interested in a new and exciting book? It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
That is a book. They have stories inside them. It's like someone told you a story in a really long letter. A postcard is a small cardboard picture. You can write a few words on the other side and send it to your friend or beloved. Board games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. There are several different ones, but sailors here mostly buy cards. My pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know? Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books. My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance and biographies of famous people. Thank you, sir. I'm happy to help Mum out with the store. I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running. Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed. Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed. Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... I wouldn't really say it like that, but I guess so. They shouldn't be, but they seem real. Anyhow, they say that these grounds are doomed for businesses. Of course, sir. Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
Crime is what we were solving before this conversation began.
It's exciting to people, I guess. They get to imagine dangerous things.
Вообще можно просто
It's
молчать,
kind of like
ничего,
a puzzle,
просто
where you can guess who the criminal is, or how the good guys are going to catch
интересная
him.
стрельба тут реализуем.
You don't look much like a policeman. Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
She looks at Dick Mullen, frowning. He isn't even drawn right. scans the picture, trying to find whatever is wrong with it. She then shrugs and puts the book aside, unconvinced.
Sure you can, sir. He's just a fictional character. He'll be no match for you. Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books. It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man. Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir. It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process, or should actually be rich himself, but has lost his family property unjustly, like during the revolution or something. Those are unhappy books for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end. These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that. Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting. That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life. Not in romance books, sir. These are about nice and pretty people, and everyone is happy in the end. I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum. I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though. No, I don't know. Yes, she knows books, definitely.
What was that? An idea for an unfinished novel stuck somewhere in your forebrain? Later, when you get the chance, you should address these issues by getting drunk. That'll show them.
Maybe some about other books? Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something
Как
extraordinary
интересно
about
вообще на
them.
стриме люди стримили
I think that's why people
ее.
read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
Просто молчать можно.
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them.
Просто как бы не знаю, насколько здесь есть вообще иллюзия выбора-то есть, как бы нету, или опять как сделали как в там. Я забыл, как это называется, что ходячие мертвецы, Мишель. Ну, короче, тело находит ее в доме каком-то и потом выживает. В конце там происходит, потом мы играем за Эль, скорее всего. Вот.
But it does make the famous people more famous.
Annette's expression remains ever so helpful, but she doesn't say anything.
Isn't that kind of a childish thing for a grown-up to say?
When she grows up, and if she grows up to be clever, she'll discover there's no such thing as a grown-up.
Okay, sir.
She doesn't know what to make of that, but she'll remember it.
Ну что, давай, ролик.
You fail to deduce anything substantial.
Да ёбаный рот.
She waits intently.
Это что ты делаешь? Блядь, ну очевидно, что девочка, блядь, ты маленькая, вот, да. Вот, я вот, странные диалоги, блядь.
Come on, don't be silly. That's not a proper deduction.
Мы, скорее всего, никогда не расследуем это задание, мы просто будем все исследовать. Бля, только не говори, что надо было вот это сначала почекать еще. Подальше дверь.
Every snowflake is like a little.
Слава богу, блядь. Опа. Где? Реально. Мне кажется, почему-то он умрет в конце. От, не знаю, от потопа. Типа такого чего-то. О, выиграть можно?
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, alright?
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old.
Я не знаю, но это никак не игра для стрима. Ты просто сидишь, чилишь, слушай, диалоги читаешь.
These manly men
О чем здесь
play
думать-то здесь?
balls.
Не происходит.
This is
Пока
a
ты
ball
просто
game.
теряешь мир.
Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. No, you got this. There's the ball. You're the game.
Ну-ка, ну-ка. Ну, давай, выиграем. Блядь, ты что ж такое?
This felt wrong. Wrong like
Mon Dieu! Good job, officer. That was an excellent.
There are no two more harmful words an athlete can hear than good job. And this was downright embarrassing.
What are you talking about? You just executed a pretty much perfect pétanque throw.
How are you ever going to get the officer's shit off your nose, Gaston? Or even climb out of his ass? Probably because those rooster pants are squeezing you senseless. Whatever happened to practical, durable, reversible?
Yes, officer. What do we need from this gentleman?
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has passed me by completely. In Martinez, the union is the law. So can you really blame them? Cop is a pejorative term. I don't...
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
I'm confident they are indispensable in regard to all the paperwork and other administrative duties. No man can afford to turn his eyes to the horizon if his rear isn't secured. If the womenfolk take care of that, then men can tackle the bigger issues.
The RCM doesn't discriminate. Women are held to the same standards as men. And as reflected in the quarterly statistics, unlike men, they also have to deal with the very same mentality you two are displaying right now. If it weren't for this, they would outperform us.
I'm glad at least some people keep a level head in these turbulent times. Yes, the terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game. Yes, it was left by heavy artillery fire. Why what? Because that's what happens when communists hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home. Commies, communists, socialists, anarchists, call them what you like. They just chose the name to feel special. Senseless sentimentality. Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly. So valiantly we got licked. Should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't though, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons...
It was probably a bit more complicated than that.
Because this place is a damn beachhead. Had to soften the commies up first. Yes, the military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol. Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta. This here is Blood Ground, where coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we're playing pétanque on their mangled corpses.
Blood Ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
Я вообще не понимаю, о чем мне базарить вообще, блин. Что-то там разбомбили, что-то там. Мы как бы по делу пришли, а мы что-то начали базарить не о том.
Damn right, son. They lit the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it. And it worked, too. The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument.
Well, it's your hand
Ну,
down.
по идее, они должны что-то знать, мы какую-то должны информацию вытянуть, скорее всего. Где-то как бы не только что шары катаются. Это и знает.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players at the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the...
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
I'm sorry it had to be them. After 8 years of fighting those hyenas, boiling cats for food and drinking piss in the mountains, I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned through Revachol, or even if that damn clan Frissel had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case. Instead, all that is just...
Это я вот лейтенант сижу такой, сижу,
everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio. This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with. Damn Frissel. He was the king we couldn't protect. The Carabineers failed him. And
если F5 работает, чтобы нажать,
he died in the hands of the Hyperlay. In a very public execution. A true king in both blood and mind led Revachol before Frissel.
Some manner of self-deceit is present in his thinking. Sounds like this Guillaume.
The suzerain is the king! Has everyone forgotten already? It's no use talking to you.
Okay.
You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the filth and rode the cavalry.
All you observe
This is the uniform of the royal...
Don't you mean Fristel the Fan?
You do not speak his name, Craven, although he was a clown. But he was out.
There's something you missed. You will get to it. Don't worry.
Сохраниться надо. Каждый диалог сохраняемся. Это не Call of Duty, где сохраняется после каждого файта. Мы тут были, да? Так, как работает эта хрень? Ага. Так, что нам нужно? Что нам... Я хотел какую-то штуку прокачать. Логика. О, энциклопедия. Историка. Надо убеждение прокачать. И вот это. Как бы мы будем связывать все вещи в едино. Авторитет. Это есть, да? Где здесь восприятие? Вот это надо. Ну, качнем вот это. Нахуя только?
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island. A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip." Even by the standards of the Philippian kings, old sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy. Well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy during the anti-centennial revolution, an end to his family line, and stories have it that he had his bedroom converted
Мне
into a
кажется, это
treasure
все равно
chamber,
пригодится,
where he
типа,
stored
знать историю
unfathomable
там,
wealth,
тем челиком
Krugerrands, bars of gold, ornate weaponry, armor, and various chalices. He called it the Sol Aurum. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal person. But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction. You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry. He was
Даже
also a
со
prodigious
статуей
snorter
общаешься,
of
ну,
nose
типа,
candy.
думаешь о статуе, блядь, за
Not
еще
just any
30
nose
лет
candy,
будет.
though. We're talking Royal Philippian Blow, allegedly twice as potent as the stuff you find nowadays. And purple. Philippian cocaine was purple. That's what the revolutionaries said 150 years later. Cocaine. His Majesty's courtiers said it helped him connect beneath the cold waters of the Insulindian Bay. Thrown there by the revolutionaries, the original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of the coalition's airships. During the turn of the century revolution, most historians think the coalition's hasty landing may have ultimately saved the statue. Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic to restore the statue of the most wasteful ruler of Revachol in the poorest part of the city. The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time, a rare butterfly trapped in amber, floating on a sea of shit. Neither do people in Martinez. The statue has proved to be controversial. Philip III, the Squanderer,
Даже за это опыт
with his
дают.
bronze face
Охренеть.
up in the air, doesn't seem concerned about what the hoi polloi think of him in death. Not that he ever did in life either.
Так, вот эту сломать, скорее всего, да? Да. Чем он отличается от рубашки? Бля, это еще... Оказывается... Пару. Бля, здесь, оказывается, может еще переодеваться, блин, еще даты дают какие-то. Так. О, ставим тару. Бля, бутылки надо собирать. Ёбаный рот. Надо искать тогда бутылочки. Бутылка, ты где? А, вот она. Бутылочка. Бери. Где еще бутылка? Это сигареты, что ли? Нет. Блядь, игра, где собирать бутылки. Охуй. А я кого-то Тарков играю. Да. Вот печально, что она... Тихо, не хочу болтать. Я только бутылку соберу, надеюсь, меня не поймают на разговор. Бутылки реально сложно искать, они еще... А, приближать можно. Поиск. Здоровье, понял. Вот это хорошо. Это дача, да, скорее всего. А вот еще бутылка. Так, говорим с ним.
Welcome to Revachol.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Revachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Whatever you say, officers. It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the
Одно и
races.
то же, блядь,
Not the most popular topic nowadays, with a coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep. I'm not just racist. Look, I've read books. Huh? The science of racial theory has all been proved, even if some people don't want to accept it. People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that. Open your eyes. Haven't you noticed something different lately? An unfortunate downturn, maybe? Huh? When members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority, they stop competing for resources. The problem? The damn kips are showing a real good game lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And the other introduced species too. They're on the precipice of cultural victory.
Cultural victory? What is this then?
It's what the kips of Boogie Street are going for, right under our noses. And the others too, on the radio. Heard any chansons lately? Heard any motetos or leader? No. Dominating culture is how they plan to win. They say so themselves. It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? You might end up with a new sub-race, with unknown characteristics, leading to extra competition. That's why you've got to control the offspring. Don't push your luck, runt. Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
Бля, нахуй его
Oh,
послал.
not much
Зачем?
anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's the strike. Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month, 2 months maybe. But this here is just the last week or so. Apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Look, as detective, I come from a long line of lorrymen. We got ancient rights, and I'm here to pick up a load of fucking apples, man. Just regular.
Damn, you're not gonna get more out of him on this. He's put up the wall of racism.
Oh yeah, they're a big deal. My great-grandfather was a carter, had a royal license and everything. We've tried to hold on to our privileges. Sure fucking is. We have a guild and everything, huh? Very ancient. Very prestigious. Hell no. It's a guild. Invitation only. Unions work for the rich fucks. They're basically the same. Been trying to fuck us out of our heritage. In the trusting street thugs with their goods is going... Oh yeah, they're a big... someone with a cart. What did you think it was? Not at all. We are part of a guild, man. Goddamn right. Trusting... No.
He's got a smoke right there, in his fucking hand. Snatch that shit out of his fat fingers. You need...
It's my last one. Why would I do that? I'm an honest man. What, officer? Sorry I couldn't be of any help.
Понятно. Вот! Так. Готово. Интересно, сигаретки найти.
The
Алкоголь.
tear machine stands in the corner. Your bottles clunk. And do you know what you should do with that money?
Так мало.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals.
Так, сохраняемся. Блять, конечно, хреново запороли мы с этим расистом. Диалог могли бы что-то да и узнать, он как больше знает, скорее всего.
Welcome to Frit. Feel
Остальные.
free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
What's that magazine she's reading?
I don't know. Frit? I think they think that the extra T makes it funkier. It doesn't.
The story goes that normal Fritta, with 2 T's, a men's workwear shop in Vredefort, was already taken. So when Fritta Retail Inc. grew into a multinational...
You mean this?
Опа.
This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you. She pops her raspberry-flavored bubblegum and nods, her shoulders tense. She shuffles back only slightly. Bewilderment and repulsion. The lieutenant frowns at you before turning to the clerk with an apologetic half smile.
You mean this? This is Pop...
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode.
Yeah, they're kind of boring, but, you know. You mean this? This is Pop...
Looks like it also has something called Police...
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish. No, I don't.
We are not the fashion police.
You mean this? This is Pop Stars. It's got like...
Looks like it also has something called Police...
It's where they rate... No. I don't like it.
We are not the fashion police.
You mean this? This is Pop...
Looks like it also has some...
It's where they rate different out... Benita. She's a model. Usually it's a model.
We are not the fashion police.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but... I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so... Not really. No. I didn't know him at all. Not no. I don't know really long. I don't
Ничего не
know.
знает, блядь.
No need to worry.
Молодежь.
It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know, okay?
Okay. Uh-huh. Reality? You mean, what reality? Economic reality, or...?
She is like a student unexpectedly called upon by a teacher. Can she answer the classroom question?
I don't really know anything. I mean, I'm 15. Yeah, that's why I'm working my arse off in Frit. So I guess, like, that's economic. I don't know. What about it? We're in Frit? As mankind, or as a nation, or...
What will her essay prompt be?
In a good place. I mean, science is doing great, and this radio computer thing seems to be kinda big. I don't know. I don't know. Look at the clock. It's right behind you on the wall.
The clock shows the time at 10:09. The hands seem to be still. It's apparent the clock doesn't work.
When ordinary people take over the government
Если я сюда пришел, я вот как раз в это время.
demands democracy. Yeah, it happened like 50 years ago or so. Sorry, I'm not very good at this. At history, I mean. Our government? Or do you mean something else? Sorry, I really need to... Cool.
Просто доебали какую-то школьницу и плюс дохуя опыта. Идеально, блядь.
You see several packaged raincoats. The packages are small.
What is what? It's a raincoat. If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real.
Her attention is drawn to the raincoats. Stealing one undetected will now be more difficult.
Нет шанса то, что спросил. Ну, пиздец. Пусть мой напарник тогда спизданет. Ну, 4, дождевик, стойкость. Я даже не знаю. Сигареточки, да?
A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol
Опа.
there, in that dark green glass. All in vain. The great...
Sure. If you want something, I can get it for you. Just let me know and pay and stuff. But I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. But I guess you already know.
Интересно, представляете, у нас так бы тоже говорили, типа, покупаешь пиво или сигареты.
Know this. You will never finish your alcohol quest if you don't buy beautiful alcohol.
Заблокировано. Апачи.
No, Frit only sells legal drugs, like the law says. The pale age vodka is special, I guess. It's stored in pale for a couple of years, which makes it super expensive and super strong. You know.
Don't worry your pretty little head about it. Let's concentrate on what's important here.
I mean, I already said it'd hurt you. I don't know what else they do.
Substances give powerful bonuses to your main stats at the cost of damage to your health or morale. Cigarettes raise your intellect while damaging your health. Alcohol raises physique while damaging your morale. Use medication, like Nosifed and magnesium, to counteract the negative effects of substances. Note, consuming substances can have unforeseen consequences for you.
Here you go, mister.
Как курнуть-то? Как курнуть?
There it is, a brave little army in your pocket. You picked the best one. This soldier is fat and succulent. Get a load.
Hey, you can't smoke in here. Please, don't fuck with Frit.
Shut up. It's already happening. Repercussions. There's a high risk of glory with a mild chance cool genius. Smoking makes you into an intellectual. Every bit will help you concentrate a bit. That much is true. Thick, warm smoke gets sucked down into your lungs. Immediately, you feel a warm nostalgia fill your head, body, and soul. A nostalgia for yourself.
In the bottom right corner of the screen, there's a cigarettes button. Cigarettes gives +1 to intellect
Но она, по
skills,
идее, не
logic,
отбирает.
rhetoric, conceptualization, visual calculus, encyclopedia,
Список.
and drama. This is good before a white check, but damages your health.
Сразу похилимся мне. Добро. На самом деле думал, вот режим стримера, ну, блять, это же как бы все равно вот тупо очень. Потому что как бы тебе предложили, вот они сделали, купили лицензию на использование какой-то песни, но как ты, как стример, ты не услышишь эту песню, потому что тебя, например, на ютубе или где-нибудь там кинуть тебе репорт, типа... Ну не репорт, а этот, блядь, как бы там, авторские права нарушишь. Бля, пиздец, такая душная хуйня, блядь, как будто я не знаю, блядь. Блядь, наживаются на честном труде, ой-ой-ой, бля. Пиздец. Прям все.
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. This panel usually closes the water lock. You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. A spring brings the lever back to its... Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored?
G'day to you, officers.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serve.
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Revachol. Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here, especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast, it's supposed to operate the waterlock, but as noted, it's all junk right now. Disabled because of the blockage. Safety measure. Turns out the panel needs a special key to be reactivated. Wouldn't want anyone moving the waterlock with debris still in the channel. It'll be restarted on Wednesday morning. You want to do the honors when the time comes? Great! Just drop in on Wednesday if you want to see the waterlock at work. They say the canal crew will be here at 7:15.
The coast part of the map is inaccessible until the third day.
Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it. Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins. Sure thing. Want some too, officer?
Why not?
Поделился? Не поделился. Здесь еще чьё-то атенское.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in big men on big horses, clad in lamella armor and carrying flintlocks, the kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye.
Franco-Nigerian knights. I used to be very serious about these guys.
They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers.
This is what the loyalists looked like, yes, at first. Then they wised up and got camouflage.
Which ones? Ah, those. Yes, they are. I find the paint job a bit gaudy, but...
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry...
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are... I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the Royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win. I don't like either set very much, to be honest, but there are many parents among my customers.
Why? What's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say found.
Oh, that's the Headless Phone Rider. The Headless Phone Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fawn tracksuit. As you see, he's missing his head. 50 cents. Bargain price. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for...
He lost his cap when he lost his head. Perhaps he's looking for the head.
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky?
Я не знаю, зачем мы покупаем. Блять, для чего-нибудь.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among us. The light pole has been carefully cut and the wiring has been redone. This would make quite a statement in your living room.
Yes, officer. As you see, it's in perfect working order.
His manner is casual, but his speech is careful, measured. He wants...
It was brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property. You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
700 real. A bargain, I dare say. Hey, I don't know where it came from, but it's not every day you get to buy and sell something so extraordinary.
Фонарь! Зачем?
The boomboxes on the shelf look well loved, and one especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
Is the Harman Welsh W2.
Зачем мне это все?
Designed in
Я даже фигуру какую-то сраную
all
купил.
reel-to-reel formats. 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real. If police work means playing tapes, sure, you can use it for that. Or any other time you'd need to play a tape.
Ну если только так.
Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds and music from a variety of
Думаю,
genres,
надеюсь, мы деньги получим.
even though I don't really like music.
That's odd. Why doesn't he like music?
The stuff I record myself, silverware shaking in drawers as motor cars race by, nocturnal animals.
Maybe you should ditch music as well. Get into these more experimentals.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
I haven't had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about inconsistent law enforcement.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from. It keeps me entertained.
Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what? Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
Why on earth? These are prescription. I can't really see without them. Prolodon is just something since the People's Power disaster, I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade. Had to take it for radiation sickness.
He's taking it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities.
The People's Pile was a Type U particle decay generator that failed immediately after entering service, releasing radioactive waste into River Esperance. Construction began during the Commune of Revachol. The people, needless to say, things didn't work out. A primitive nuclear reactor, also called a pile. An emergency valve defect resulted in steam pressure blowing the turbine, taking the fuel containment vessel up in the explosion. Both the faulty design and lack of finances contributed to the catastrophe.
We were an all-volunteer force,
никого тут не раскрутишь, ни
self-organized,
хрена.
tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill. I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance didn't have the art to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud, years getting sick. There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment, and early deaths, cancer mostly. And we knew all that was no one's, everyone's.
Интересно, реально здесь ночью
So much bitterness.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What? The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left, so I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from four. I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not
Побольше бы
fortresses.
опыта нас навалил, Макс. Вот теперь прокачка на опыт дополнительный. Это была бы топ тема, кстати.
Yeah,
Я бы сразу его
gotta get
взял,
in
чтобы
on those
какие-то другие.
vortices, my
Для начала, конечно, пострадать, а потом мощно все прокачать.
Have you tried it before?
The lieutenant steps away, pretending to admire some of the knickknacks on display. He won't be your nog, but he won't be thrilled about this either.
If you say so. Here you go, man.
Yes, darling, that's the coalition government ordained Parolidon, straight into your gut.
Of course. I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have. I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business, bad for everyone.
He doesn't know anything. The pawnbroker's gaze.
Let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Положить.
I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment. Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time, perhaps.
Ну, зря, может, ручку, блядь, как бы продал. У нас есть чел, вон, который записывает блокнотик. Да, что это, кал?
There are clothes inside.
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best
Блин.
retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
Я не могу вспомнить, как из Доты такой же голос был. Блядь. Кто же это был? Пиздец. Ну, как будто это какой-то персонаж.
Save the economy? That sounds off.
Haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically conscious. Recycle your cash, keep it in circulation. Don't buy new things. Buy eco. Very cool. The economy thanks you, officer.
You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made.
Economical, but also trendy. Look first hand, buy second hand. Keep the economy moving.
No good. All you can come up with are some treated wool pants. You can tell they're too tight around your thighs. They itch like hell. Like an itch pit in hell.
All natural materials, see? Real wool, 100% skin friendly, and they're yours for only 2 real.
Да, хороший штат.
You see a Samaran street. The name Sileng is embroidered over his breast.
Happy shopping, officer. Every
You see the name.
happy shop. Everything's cool. The goods are you're very cool. Oh yes, you got style. You got personal style. You like premium menswear. Look around and browse. Everything looks cool on a guy like you. Take your time.
No need to dress this one up. Just tell him what you want.
Oh, okay. But why, officer? Ah, yes. Money is very important.
Are you trying to ask for a bribe? If so, you're not doing a very good job.
Sorry, detective. Me? It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now. All Revachol.
А, пиздец, сигарета-то
This
надо,
man
блядь,
probably
ненадолго.
comes from Seaguy, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, an archipelago in the Samaran Isola.
Very sharp, officer. I'm Serais from the Seaguy province of the Serais Empire. The Apricot Suzerainty, you know?
Apricot Suzerainty calls to mind an era when the Seaguy archipelago was colonized by Revachol.
The Apricot Suzerainty is what the Seaguy archipelago is commonly known as in Revachol. It's a bit of a fraught term, I'm sure.
No, apricots come from Seaguy. My grandma used to grow them. But Seaguy is a shithole. That's why I came to Revachol. Speaking of, why not support an independent local? Only the coolest goods in Revachol. I've got sneakers, speaker. Good joke, officer. Here we don't have permits. Just economic freedom.
You glance around the decrepit buildings, the miserable weather, the sidewalks strewn with sunflower seeds and
It's beautiful. Beautiful freedom.
It is, yes. Anyone can set up their shop whenever they feel like it.
That's
Блять,
right.
я так
No
хотел,
permits,
да.
no bureaucracy. That's why this city and its law officials are so cool.
If you wanted to be cynical about it, you could say we are here to protect the interests of property holders. I'm
Я
not,
хотел бы отжать, как бы, что купил бы лицензию.
My man, officer, you make all this possible. Without you, this climate would be extremely bad for business.
Gossamer is a fine, filmy substance consisting of cobwebs spun by small spiders, seen especially in autumn. It's safe to say he's referring to the near absence of regulations.
Yeah, that's the main thing about you. Freedom is great. It's what lets independent entrepreneurs like me sell quality goods. No need for discounts at ceilings, officer.
But did he first mark them up 100%, just so that he could put them on sale?
My man, you know how the game is played. You and me, we should work together. What do you think? Shake things up? I'm an entrepreneur, officer. I've got sources. Anything for you.
Блять, мне скорее всего кажется, сначала надо было реально труп посмотреть, а потом уже блять, общаться со всеми другими людьми. Да блять. Ссылки надо найти. Там сдадим.
There's a pile of cheap sunglasses.
You like sunglasses, officer?
These are... Those UV stickers are all...
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, super material, very cool. UV resist. Oh, very interesting choice, officer.
This is how a sea monster sees the world.
Wow, officer, you look so cool. And they can be yours for a mere 3 real.
The lieutenant tilts his head and steps back, eyes narrowed in a thorough examination.
You look like a musician. Like a blind musician. But you could do worse. Take them if you want.
Those UV...
These are all first-rate sunglasses.
Abort. These...
Damn, officer! You look like a mega secret spy. Very secret.
They're perfect for concealing your bloodshot and baggy eyes. It's going to be very difficult for anyone to take you seriously with these...
No, you are definitely not buying those. No, I can't. We can't walk around with you looking like this. Okay, fine. Go ahead. If you want to look like a walking midlife crisis, then...
Короче, кал как бы. Где с плюсами, с дебафчик? Без дебафов. Можно вообще найти без дебафов?
Before you stands a motor. This must be the... In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and a metallic drawer.
Take what you need.
He's clearly the bribe, useful for opening the handle. You can do good work. It's robot, lets you see the pull-out toolbox, slides back. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch. Your fingers waste no time closing around the handle. Clutch disengaged. You feel an uninterrupted connection to the mechanics. After a while, you realize silence is your only answer. Of course it's only in your head. Of course it is. The smell of freshly treated leather. The lack I'm good, cherished and at the bottom of the sea. So strange. The machine is not on. The handle is pulled back. In the cabin,
Мне кажется, надо
you
вот
see a
так
set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, And as you tap on the gauge,
There's no use pressing the hit button. It won't start without the
translation. We're not going alternative translation. Don't even think you can drive my MC. The frequency tab, the soft purr of electrical kittens.
This is precinct.
Hello, Alice.
Operating the radio is easy. Just
This is a.
under the green prime line, a yellow saved button catches.
Of course. What is the number, officer?
Yes.
Received.
Give it a minute. She might be busy at the moment.
Officer? Yes, hello? Oh, right.
There is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask her out. No question about it.
You mean, why did I leave the bar?
Why not?
Let's just say, you know whom. What? No, why would you even think that? Please, don't bring... I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything up again. No, not me. No, sorry. People don't have the money.
So the union has a phone.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the union already knew about the court. No one calls the police. You know, what the union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here. I didn't want...
Push her further. Show her the error of her ways.
I didn't know I had to report it. I thought someone would take him down eventually. Yes, I know. It's just... No, some people don't...
So the union...
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later.
What? Of course it bothered me. No one calls the police. You know, what the union says goes. Mm-hmm. I don't know what to tell you, officer. Yeah, go on.
Подожди, а где еще другой диалог?
You mean, why did I leave?
Why not?
What? No, why would you even... Please, I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything up. No, not me. What? Of course it bothers... No one... You know...
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez is
I don't know what to tell you, officer. I didn't call you because I didn't want to get in trouble with the others. What? No one called... You know... I don't know what to tell... Yeah, go on. No, not me. No, some people don't...
So the union...
It was someone else.
What? No one called... You know...
Нет,
I don't know.
почему-то
Yeah,
странно.
go
Значит,
on.
получается, все равно надо пытаться.
I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
No, she doesn't have a problem with you. It must be someone else she's angry about. Some other guy. Like Gart. You know women and their constant problems. Yak, yak, nag. That's where you step in. You're oh yeah, my point. You know what? Think you can do that, Lieutenant Love?
No. What?
God, what is happening in your head? Big Papa is happening.
Oh God. Please, just stay out of my life.
What?
Call was terminated by the other party. Anything else, officer?
It's on. The love quest is on. Too late, everyone. It's on. Take it to God now.
It will take...
Her voice. He's carelessly chewing on a piece of hard candy.
Oh, yes, there's no end. Who? You are? And you survive. Even better. This is all the time. What else?
It's hard to say if he doesn't believe.
What? You want me to do? You want the real? And now?
It's not fucking...
Cyanoacrylate is superglue.
What? You want the real? And now?
It's not...
Cyanoacrylate is superglue.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? '57, over.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers.
Сигарет. Да, надо временный квест тут есть, да? Психика, здоровье.
The tear machines. Your bottles clunk. Do you know?
Мало. Не надо. Пойдем посмотрим.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. No, these tracks are not interesting at all. Let the street sweeper just sweep them away. Cop habit. You look at everything. This isn't case. Hard to say. Your vision is blurred and you're having difficulty concentrating.
Туда можно взять.
This trash container is locked. Just a trash. Your fingers start to itch just looking at that padlock.
We could try using a pry bar, the one you took from my motor carriage, or... Or we could ask for a key.
He might also have information. This is better than the pry bar idea. Just your fingers start to... This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock. Force time isn't happening. You've jammed the pry bar under the lid, but it just isn't.
The quality of metal is not the problem. From what I see, it's sturdy enough. Let's ask the manager for the key. This is clearly not working.
Школьник, пошел вон.
Kuno's got this.
If there ever was such a thing as an...
Oh yeah, Nappa Gumpy, Kuno!
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong. Throwing rock.
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. I mean drugs. The...
Yeah, Kuno! Ride the lightning, Kuno!
Kuno's riding it, see?
The rake, Kuno! You should
the rake at him, Kuno!
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces. You will see.
The language these kids are using.
The fuck are you talking about?
He's calling us Kuno! He says we're fucking each other!
Fuck no! Kuno doesn't buy that shit. Fucking entrapment shit. Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Shitload pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno! Pig's choking! He's totally choking!
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them.
The usual being, have you seen anything out of the ordinary? Or
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for target practice.
he's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
Kuno knows what you meant. Kuno's not a snitch, that's all. Trying to make Kuno sing into the popo phone. Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down. You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional. I don't know. Some fucking... Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City.
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science
Это
fiction.
киберпанк, что ли, найти?
Kuno gives this info out on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. Kuno didn't smoke the...
Thanks, Kuno. That's one name you can now cross off the list.
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty...
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno!
Looks like you're a fagari now, whatever that means. The suspicious
Ну, школьников нельзя пиздануть.
The fuck about it? You're Get
lost!
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Don't be wondering about Kuno's shit, pig. Yes, absolutely. Why the fuck are you telling this shit to Kuno? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Yeah, whatever. Kuno.
It's always Kuno, never I. Clearly the kid's using the third-person perspective as a shield.
Kuno doesn't do that smart shit. Don't throw that book shit at Kuno. Kuno knows you're lying. Trying to get Kuno hooked on the book.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you! Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help! Everybody, please! He's sticking his dick out!
Escalate, Kuno! His dick is out! You're afraid!
Take your name, Kuno! Somebody, please!
How did we get here? How did this happen? This makes no sense.
Да почему,
There may
блядь?
still be a way out. Just appeal to his reason.
Fucking logical! Help! The logical pig is fiddling Kuno! No!
The nearly psychopathic way they could slip in and out of the act.
No one? Kuno's doing this because he likes it, pig.
This is where Kuno establishes dominance over you. Change of plan. You can't let that happen. It will make things harder down the line. You may end up missing crucial information.
Help! The pig's gagging him! Kuno!
You put him up to this yourself when you decided to talk to him in the first place.
Listen to your friend. Kuno owns the fat ass. Help! The RCM is trying to fuck Kuno! Help! Misters, help! He's flashing Kuno. He's showing his genitals. If you don't help Kuno now, it'll be too late.
О, сработало.
Thump. The blow connects surprisingly. Kuno feels it. This was no light.
Officer, you need to calm down. Get a hold of yourself.
Okay, pig. Kuno knows to respect that violent shit. You should see Kuno's dad. Kuno's dad does.
The creature behind the fence has fallen ominously silent. Only her eye.
Okay, pig. Talk to Kuno. We're back in this shit. The fuck do you want? You're dreaming, pig. That's not how this shit works.
A little. But don't expect anything to.
Don't let him dominate you, Kuno. Fuck his fat ass.
He's on your crime scene, bossing you around. And he's been here for some time.
Trying to fuck at the Kuno. Trying to fuck at me. Trying to fuck. Kuno only gets
Kuno gonna fuck you up. Up.
Normal is not what we got here. You've got to work with what you have for now.
Kuno's Kuno. You already know that. Kuno thinks you.
Kuno, stop being nice.
Ease off, see? Yeah? The king. Yeah, whatever. The fuck about it. Your test.
Get lost.
Kuno doesn't.
Понял.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close. Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in. I'm going away for a long.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
I come from the woods, good Davidu. You don't want to go there with.
Don't be traumatizing her. Get the fuck.
I'll die before I squeal. What's this kid shit?
Get the fuck out.
Блять, почему этих школьников нельзя разъебать, блядь?
Murder was. I'll die before I You don't want to fuck with.
You can still see the top of her hat from behind the fence. There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Heavy workers' boots. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Noted.
What do you think you are? A super detective? You're hungover. These are just dents in the mud. No pattern emerges for the time being.
Ебали.
An inconspicuous pile of the roof. It's nothing. Someone just left it because it's nice and odd. Rhythmic pattern calms your mind. Mammals like this.
Блять, сука, вообще ничего не получается.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow. Cop's gonna blow, Kuno.
The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth. More
Он ствочится.
You feel it until a pool of vomit lies under your feet and your throat stings from the stomach.
Keep it. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. If you can handle the headache, some officers use it to deal with cadaverine odor. I can't handle the headache.
It's more likely he can handle the smell, unlike you.
That young woman, the gardener, mentioned she used salts for the smell. If she doesn't have any, there might be some in the fridge store nearby.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
Понял. Как сюда попасть? Закрыто, как я думаю.
I can't believe it's snowing again. It felt like springtime just a few days ago. Sure, I'm done with them. Go easy on that stuff.
I am a gander and a hunter and a cat. A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
From another planet. It's the jam, my man. It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Yeah, exactly.
It's official. He too agrees.
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout. Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need? Huh? Oh. No, I ain't got any money. They don't want to pay for unfinished work. The bosses, man. Makes sense. It sucks is what it does. Nope, don't smoke. Some of the other drivers do, though. There's still a few around, waiting for the jam to disperse.
Yup, nothing wrong with that statement. Your senses have nothing to add.
You could also check the kiosk down the street. It's like whatever's going on over at the docks. Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side. That's for sure.
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do. Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really. Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Think.
What's better than chasing transient pleasures? The more transient, the better. When one's ended, you can get onto. He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in.
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth.
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs. A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees. Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Relax. He's merely joking.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grad in the Occident, though we've been making headway in the Ilmaran market lately. Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road. This rockin' beauty sure is like a rash you can't get rid of.
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands. This
good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a long time together. We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm. Ease into it. Don't go too far. This seems like a personal matter.
Man, nothing's troubling me. Just the usual Lorman tropes and hopes, the road and the rhymes.
That all the beans you got, Tommy? Damn.
Don't be a stranger.
Поехали. Нихуя, ноль, вообще все. Неудачи, неудачи. Это каловая масса, кажется мне.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dead. You crack open the ammonia ampoule and breathe in. The odor of death is still stronger. The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten the material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee.
Мне кажется,
The man
это
wore thick
какой-то
polymer
боец
socks,
какой-то.
probably for padding. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots. Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be. Under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff. Piece by piece. He's been out here for 7 days. It would be odd if they didn't.
Странно, а почему тогда ботинки не достать?
We should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could yield information. Maybe he'll know something. No, he must have worn something precious underneath his clothes. They've removed all his clothes to get to it. They did not just strip him for the putrid rags. Someone could have cleaned the yard, but that's a question for the red hat thing.
I hear you, cop, talking shit about the Kuno. Come here and say it to Kuno's face.
They usually hang them completely naked for that. La puta madre, the Mazda, the Besmerties and the like. This one still has his underpants.
What? Are you trying to ignore me now, fuckface?
Kuno, this boots shit is super boring and the guy's a total vitupaz.
It is. It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics. For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 rial, unadjusted for rank.
Not too much, yes.
The lieutenant nods. wiping his finger on his sleeve.
That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor company, but that's just hearsay. I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side. The pry bar in your hand is itching for some action. The metal connects with the same ding.
Did you hear that? A click? This is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads the incoming energy horizontally from plate to plate. When the plates connect, there's a click. That's the sound you heard. See these lines?
На чего повесили еще добавок температуру.
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates, and like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood. If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-section. The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabot. The whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination. E50, 100, 1000.
Good. Can you read it to me? We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. That's for us to find out. Just something I scraped together from my station. No, your first instinct was correct. This equipment is way beyond.
The stench fills your nostrils as you push downward.
Stop! Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
You're about to pull his head off.
Do it, homo!
Pull his head off. There's no point performing an autopsy if you do. We'll have compromised the coroner's case.
Indeed, from this angle, it does look like the neck isn't going to take much more. Being dead for a week is...
What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot? How many clues do you need? You already found a number. Besides,
Внутри ботинка
there's
что-то,
no way
Алёша,
you're
блядь.
getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots. They are fused to his feet now.
You're sure there's a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down. And second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around. The anticipation makes you crack your fingers. Feels nice. Nice and cracky.
Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue,
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. His torso covered in
Это
tattoos
только
and
ботинки мы еще
extremities
посмотрели.
notched pink and blue. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below.
На самом деле надо было с головы начинать и
Polyester cut
повести.
into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the bronze. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt.
airlifting. I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them. The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves. I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands, This makes getting him down more problematic. I'm still approaching this as a lynching, yes. Motivated by the ongoing strike. You? Yes, it often is. This bell worries me. A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the bell to close the buckle.
Could be. The shape of the branch supports the theory. The cadaver hangs from the cargo. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks.
A map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great century Messinian, maybe. But this...
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this
So annoying.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears.
A Trigger Sunshine. Mini.
Triggered is the world's leading manufacturer of intercommunication devices, primarily projectors. The camera before you looks familiar somehow.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera. I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the...
In case we need it. Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only one ampoule left.
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter. To us. Sure, just don't lose it.
The glassy-eyed corpse looks by,
Еще одну
his
сфоткаю,
mouth
одну
mute,
фото.
and his
Блин.
skin as
Фотку
colorful
сделай.
as the chemical
Точно.
rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode. The corpse is dead silent. You have no...
Who is he? He is male, 40 to 50, with an athletic build.
The corpse looks right through you as you distance yourself from its stench. As you narrow your eyes, this is a trick. You've done it before. Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration.
The monster comes back into focus. An explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears...
So, what do you think? I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have...
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
It means you fucked him up good, Kuno! Fucked him up brutal-like!
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
это да.
Malicious laughter erupts.
Big said he's a.
The lieutenant's face is made of stone.
I agree.
His personality is no longer a part of the world.
Totally dead. That sounds about right, yes. I agree.
His person
totally dead.
Sure, the corpse looks by, oblivious. Black decay.
I agree.
His personality
totally dead. Absolutely. I agree.
His person
totally dead. No siree. I agree.
His person
totally dead. Dabadoob doob dead. I agree.
His person
totally dead. He's agreed, especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports her hanging. There's always a chance. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first. Agreed. Everything here seems to corroborate that. Agreed. Especially on the neck. Yes, there's always a chance we are wrong. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see.
But there is no breath to catch. Only.
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach.
He doesn't actually think that.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, someone else? You mean like the police?
What was that about processing then? Weren't they supposed to take care of the boots? Why don't they help?
No. Think of the boys from processing as
Блин,
murderers.
жаль, что здесь нету как
Only
бы
instead of people, they murder crime
другой
scenes.
человек, по-моему.
Processing is a wrecking crew. I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast. I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be suspect in this case. It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt, like chicken on a skewer.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
What else can we do?
Ну, типа, а кто нам поможет-то? Давайте сами отрежем.
Climb up there and saw the branch? There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees. We are not getting him down already. Not getting him down is a task that's already accomplished.
How do you plan to get him down then? With social sensibility? Are you going to educate him down?
Порту. Ну, как бы, да, ну, как бы можно. Ну, стрелять, я думаю, он упадет же, типа. А мы, если, ну, я не знаю, как это работает, может, он пилит, а мы, типа, его хватаем за 2 ноги и кидаем.
Okay, they do have the tools and the men. And since it looks like they put him there. Okay, let's do it in the lousy, dangerous way. To ask the suspects for help with the victim's body? To be indebted to Evrard Clare? Very much, yes. Which is why I would have preferred us to handle this ourselves. Clearly, we can't.
Suck my dick, bitches!
The leader of the Union, a dangerous and corrupt man, from what I hear. You don't want to owe him much.
Yeah? Don't go being someone else's bitches. You're Kuno's bitches.
From the gates, by negotiating or fighting. I'm unenthusiastic about fighting. Or we can try to find some secret third path. It's unlikely though.
To the gates. Let's negotiate. Lonesome, long way home. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead, to the other side.
Я нажал. Я нажал. Пошли.
Hello again, sweetie. Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles.
Your deportment remains dignified as you shed a single manly tear.
Sweetie, I only have a few cents on me, but
Wonderful. He has a pin.
The pin is round and slightly tarnished. 3 sailboats in bas relief with the sun hovering over the water behind them. A chipped green banner at the bottom reads, Sam Baptiste, Summer 31, Dinghy Race.
it's easy. You bring a valuable item to a pawnbroker, who then gives you money for it. Cross the plaza.
Yes, we've been there.
Items that can be pawned at Bird's Nest Roy's appear in your inventory under the Items tab. You can pawn these items when talking to Roy.
You're quite welcome, dear. I hope you're able to pawn that old trinket. Of course, dear.
The worker is in a deep slumber. You gently shake his shoulder.
Мать, блядь. Как можно не разбудить танцем? А чё? Человек, который нельзя общаться. Понял. О, этот.
Can I help you? Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked? I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. Prod at him and find out.
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please. God.
Oh, but he should be. Lay it on him.
Бля, охуенно.
Wonderful.
It is. It's wonderful.
What? What does that mean? Cock carousel? Does it mean you talked to her? What else did she say about me?
What else do you need? He looks at you, spinning your arms, then leans on the corner and sighs. His head drops between his shoulders, heavy and defeated.
She broke the bird, you know. The great skewer. I found it on the ground with a broken wing on the morning she left. I should have known. It was her way of telling me to piss off. I should stuff it up my arse.
Or you broke the bird. It can also be that. I think Sylvie even. Yes, the bird is connected to this. It's a symbol of hope, and she broke it.
Чего, блядь? Что происходит? Да что за диалоги? Ну, типа, вот это самый адекватный. Дальше, блядь, какая-то, блядь, карусель хуёв постоянно.
Huh. Cock carousel. I think I understand now. That's what they ride. They ride the cock carousel until the clock runs out. Here, have the rest. Now, let me have a drink and think about this shit for a minute.
And there we have it. Isn't that beautiful? Another situation fixed by...
Почему сюда нельзя?
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make. Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Goransi Quebec. Please, it's not funny. The man puts his cup down and replies something. His left hand drawing arcs. He smiles and bangs his ladle against. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes. The man ponders his cooking eat. He smiles and it's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted. You see a heavy steel door with a prominent. The cobalt blue surface feels old cobalt paint. It leads to a side building. Adjacent to this one, the door does not budge.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads?
The winch, outside, in the backyard. Remember? No? Your fingers do.
Yes, I suppose it's worth seeing if we can get in. Just to be thorough, as a side investigation. If you say so, Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
Пойдем.
Can I help you?
А как?
Another thing. Great. Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust. Junk and dust.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one lock. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so... Yes?
You see a heavy steel door, the cobalt blue, old cobalt paint. It leads to a side.
Так что пика не обойдется.
The door is this door. Still nothing. The lieutenant gives you. Still nothing. The lieutenant.
Эту дверь тоже можно открыть. Кажется, что-то еще тут есть.
The bed is cold and
The option to go to sleep.
a mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. The faucet is quite terrible. You handle the chain cutters deftly, applying just enough pressure. Told you that you needed those chain cutters. The mirror begins to clear slowly without you having to wipe it. Still not happening. It won't come off that easy.
Не портит мне. Ну, мне кажется, вот это и есть, типа, вот эта дверь, которая соседняя, она, да, типа, заброшенная, и там можно второй этаж крестить каким-то образом. Или она вот, она тут бабулька.
Hello again, sweetie.
Так. Что мы можем прокачать? Потом еще вот так.
The worker is in a deep slumber.
Грубая сила, ну, блядь, грубая сила. А на этом мы закончим сегодня. Все. Анет. Ой. Нажал на выход. Аху. А, все,